I'd been married a little while, and I was trying to write a song, something like Jimi Hendrix's Hey Joe. It was something about the chord sequence, and my ex-wife and her mother went out, and I started to write this song, and I was really, this is good, very, very happy with the song, getting on with the song. And they came back, so I went in the toilet and finished the song off. And my ex-wife, I had the whole thing going, and it was first in falsetto, which wasn't a good idea. And it was just to be different and weird, and there was all that so-called psychedelic thing going on at the time. And I had the whole thing, and I got to the chorus, there's pictures of something. I kept going, pictures of, and my ex-wife said Matchman. She was fascinated with an artist, Lowry, in England. And she said, pictures of Matchman. I never told her that because she probably wasn't paying for it. And that's how the song came about. I was trying to be like Jimi Hendrix, and it ended up nothing like him. So I should do that more often, try and be like someone else. Because of the Beatles and that influence at the time, that's why a lot of people thought we were on drugs and thought we were American. I was just imitating other things, which is why we were discussing the other day about somebody that asked us about do we think our music's changed, or what kind of music do we play. I said we're a rock band. We've always been a rock band. And Rick said, well, we changed a bit in the 60s. And what we did is revert back to what we were, because in 65 we were very much a rock and roll band, a rock band. And in 1966, early 66, we had to do a lot of soul material in England to get a gig. And then we did Matchman, and so we were a rock and roll band with a soul set and a psychedelic song. And so we were desperately trying to find an identity, if you wish. We weren't aware you were trying to find an identity. And so the idea of looking up to the sky, I see your eyes, funny kind of yellow. And I remember there was a line in a Lennon song, yellow matter custard dripping from a dead dog's eye. I mean, what did that mean? It just, and so it was very much, we thought it was hash influenced, and Bob Young and myself did lots of that later on, Paper Plane and things like that. We try and imagine to be as crazy as possible, or at the time it seemed crazy. And so Matchman wasn't really about anything other than a love song, really, the pictures of Matchman and you. It's about being, most songs I think are either love or hate. Black Veils of Melancholy, which was Matchman Mark II. And then we had Ice in the Sun, which really is very similar to what we do today, just a little lighter. And they had the first guitar tremolo dive. And after that, the people from the business that were around us were very they'd gone away kind of and left us to our own devices, and we very much drifted back into rock stuff and some of the blues influence which we got from Chicken Shack, Fleetwood Mac, and we worked with those bands a lot. And I used to love watching them because they weren't image conscious at all, and we would walk on the side of the stage and watch their set, and Fleetwood's and Chicken Shack would start dum, 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 dum. And I'd be there for an hour and a half, and they're still going dum, dum, dum. And I thought, yes, I could do some of this stuff. So we learnt our blues influences off of white boys that learned off of black boys, and so it was like third generation pickup. And I always think that music, pop genre generally, rock, country, pop, and blues are all very, very similar. We like to try and say, well, and someone likes pop, so that's not very good, but you like blues and it's okay. If you like country and it's not okay, but if you like rock, it's very, us humans are very strange at saying the music we like is good music and the music I don't like is shit. It's not, it's just you don't like it, you know. I remember talking to Peter Green at Music Loud and saying to him how lucky he was that they could be very much on the hippie circuit, if you like, the university circuit and such, and yet still had commercial singles, and it was unheard of then. And if you think just before that, the Beatles, they could do Revolution, they could do Good Golly Miss Molly, or stuff like that. They could do Across the Universe, they could do Something, they could do Yesterday, they could do Fool on the Hill, they could do Yellow Submarine, or Octopus's Garden. There's no particular style there at all. It seemed after that everybody had to be in a particular style, and you couldn't drift off that style at the risk of either being criticised or losing your fan base. And I think that's one of the worst things that can happen in music. And I understand that it happens because us humans, we all want to, like you said about the long hair and stuff, I remember thinking when we were younger, and my generation all wanted to do their own thing and be individuals, but we all grew our hair and wore jeans. So one way or the other, we want to be individual but to conform. We don't want to be out of this conformity, but we still want to be individual. And I think it's one of the worst things that happen to music generally, is that you couldn't just say, I like that. I don't know why I like it, I just like it. You had to start identify with an image. There's a band, it's a Canadian band, I forget what they called it, a big hit recently. What's that very big Canadian band, a very, very big hit? Guy looks a bit like Jesus. Oh. No, very recently. Anyway, or another band, Top Loader in England, had a very, very big hit. And the hit sometimes gets too big. And they come along with something else, and people just can't, for some reason, identify with it, or radio won't accept it, or something goes wrong. I'm not sure what it actually is, but something goes wrong. And we have to understand, I think, that most of us like the idea of success, and so you're desperate to try and hang on to it. I know we always were, always do, perhaps still do, desperately want to hang on to it because it's a justification, if you like, or a validation of yourself as a person, as a writer, as an act. And it's almost like being a good boy for my mum. Look, I'm being a good boy, Mum, I'm still doing it, I'm still successful. And the world likes success, it doesn't like failure. And really you can't really have, we live in relativity, so to have success you must know failure. I've known both. Not really close friends, I'm afraid. I'm not very sociable like that. I don't know why. It's probably insecurity. But we know that most of the Queen guys we've known for a while. Brian we've known for a long time. I've known a couple of guys in Manfred's band, and I was talking to Manfred the other night and realised I've known him since a long, long time. But I don't consider anybody that close, and I don't know why. As I said, I think it's an insecurity. I see lots of other people as stars, and us or status quo just sort of lucky to be there, really. Whether you're aware that the stories in the press over the years have always made us feel that way. But I'm not sure. I've met some people that really think they're stars, and I said today about if you sell so many million records, it's just that, you just sell so many million records. Or because you sell records and earn money, it doesn't mean you're any better a person. And there's a great danger within this business that people tend to think they're a better person, or they have justified more space on the planet than anybody else. No, you just sell records and have money. Doesn't mean you're any better or worse than anybody else. Perhaps sometimes worse, because you're an asshole sometimes.